Good morning. We are actually starting off the morning in a little bit of a bad mood because yesterday just didn't go as planned. I was hoping to get everything out and I didn't. The hardest thing is that we are used to doing like mostly bandanas, and when you run a sale you usually sell like other items, more of other items than you usually do. So toys are super easy because you can just put them in a box, but t-shirts, cups, and the bow ties didn't get made, so those are holding back those orders going out. So I was a little frustrated that I didn't get everything out, but this morning we're just gonna really work hard on those old orders that already have the bandanas made. Also, I messed one up. Yes, I make mistakes and it's frustrating. I was so mad at myself, but there's no reason. Just move on, put that one aside and remake it. But I had already ironed on the words and that was the wrong part. So now I have to remake the entire bandana, which is frustrating. And another thing that we deal with is trying to understand or justify, or I don't even know the words of why friends and family choose to buy from competitors instead of us, and we woke up to seeing something like that. And it's just been a thing we see a lot, especially in the holidays, because like even people who don't typically buy what we sell will buy it in the holiday season. And I mean, we just are really working on not trying to even understand and just accepting that sometimes people won't choose us even if they know us. And Nicholas, what is your take on that?
Well, people can buy whatever they want, obviously, but it's one of those things that you would think that they know that we do this, and we're pretty sure that they do know, and then they decide to buy a bandana from
and then it just kind of hurts your feelings.
What were you thinking?
Yeah, but sometimes
it is what it
is what it is. So today I wanted to sit down with Nicholas. I was actually thinking about an old video, but I don't think we're gonna pull that up, but maybe we'll do that a different day. 2 years ago now, I think it was, Nicholas and I made a YouTube video making goals for ourselves. And it'd be fun to watch that back and see like what we accomplished, what we didn't accomplish. And today's what we're gonna do is we're gonna sit down and make, you wanna do business and personal or just business?
Oh, it doesn't matter.
I don't know. But we're gonna make goals for ourselves so that in a year, 5 years, however long, we want to look back and see if we accomplished them. Wants to make a smoothie to sip on while we do our little goal video. I thought I would, he's right here. Sorry, my chair's so squeaky. So, Nicholas, let's play the game we played yesterday. Because today's Tuesday, so yesterday was Cyber Monday. How do you think Cyber Monday went?
Pretty good.
You do?
Yeah.
Do you want to?
It didn't feel that way, but
it felt good to me, which is weird because like I know it wasn't as good as Friday or Saturday, but for some reason I think.
You know for sure it wasn't?
No, I don't know. I'm pulling it up right now. I haven't looked at the analytics. I did pull up the analytics because it was just the end of a new month. So up until September, we had been on up and up, constantly doing better the next month than we had the previous month. So now that was all the way through, I think like June through September. It was like constantly going up, up, up. So now we just finished October. So I did pull up those analytics, but Nicholas doesn't know, but I do. So
October was not as good as September?
How'd you know?
Well, we had a really, really good September.
It was, so what's the month before September? August? August and October were nearly identical. Yeah, and September was the peak month. Only by 2,000 more though.
That's a lot.
No, I know, but September was an outrageously good month. So the fact that we matched the month before the super good one, and we did more on Etsy in October. We did 1,000 on Etsy. Okay, so now to guess about yesterday.
So I'm guessing total revenue?
What do you want to guess? Units or rev?
It doesn't matter. Let's do rev.
Okay.
1,200.
Whoa, 835. Here's a little graph. I think this is fun to look at. I'm not ever in any way trying to brag because I don't think that this is bragging anyways. I just think this is cool, especially if you want to start a business, that you can see how analytics work, how business works. I'm so blurry. Now it's not even letting me focus on myself. There we go, I'm focused. I don't really remember my sentence I was saying, but I just think it's really cool to be able to see this stuff. And if you buy from us, I think it'd be cool to see. If you have an interest in business, it'd be cool to see. And even that, it's probably still cool to see. I mean, the graphs are so fun to look at. Don't you think, Nicholas? Or am I weird?
As long as they're going up.
Yeah, true. Something else that's super fun to look at is that, okay, well, the dog is in the window, so that's funny. It's not creepy at all.
You have to know that it's not ground level.
Yeah, she jumps up there. But what I was going to say is that right now is a great opportunity for us to grow our YouTube channel because we're doing giveaways every single day, we're uploading every single day, and I don't know. I just felt like it was a great opportunity to work better on making our videos and putting more content out there and for you guys to get to know us better. So that's why we are doing Vlogmas and trying to stick with it as best we can. Not only that, but like we really love making videos and it's super fun for us. And not only do we love them, we love to look back on them.
Well, the hardest thing
You're looking at the screen. How am I supposed to quiz you?
I'm not looking.
Okay.
The hardest thing about making videos, especially every single day, is we're both kind of perfectionists, and while we're definitely not the best videographers, we really want to put out like good looking, fun, interesting videos. And one, you don't think your own day-to-day life is that interesting, and two, it's just hard to make a great video. Like putting one video out a week, you can make sure that video is really, really good versus and every single day. It's hard, especially when that's not your full-time job. It's an addition to it. You're more doing some documenting versus like actual like unique creation. It's really hard to make a great video every single day, but we're doing our best and we think it's fun. And we'd like to do more of it.
So yesterday we so today the third day of Vlogmas will go up. So yesterday was the second day. And typically we get like 20, 30 views on our videos. Other than the rare ones, like our travel videos do get a lot of views because people like to look at videos before they go somewhere. But like vlogs and stuff never gets much. How many?
Get more than 30, like in 24 hours.
The one from Montpelier that's been up for a month now has 70 views.
Yeah, I was gonna say most get in the mid to low hundreds or some
over a long period of time.
Yeah.
So in one day, but Nicholas, we already kind of played this game last night, so you have an idea. How many views do you think one day of Vlogmas got?
Which video?
The one that's been up for 24 hours now. Because it's about to be 9 o'clock in 20 minutes.
136.
128. See, we're going up and up. Not that numbers matter, but it makes you feel like the work you're putting in is somewhat worth it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes.
If you just do something and do something and do something and you never see anything get better, it's hard to want to keep doing it. But when you see growth, and sometimes growth is seen in numbers, so.
I think it's the consistency of doing it every single day and definitely the giveaways. Yeah. Not to mention.
People don't care about us, they just want the free stuff.
No, but maybe.
Do you remember what your giveaway comment was yesterday? You were like, I know what I want them to comment.
Oh, no.
You forget?
Maybe I can remember.
All right, so. I got interrupted because we didn't remember what your giveaway thing is. So, today's giveaway, to enter the giveaway, comment down below with a goal you have for 2020. And also put your Instagram handle so we can contact you if you're the winner.
A lot of people have not been doing that, and it's really frustrating because we want you guys to win.
Yes.
And if you don't have it, it's really hard to contact you.
And don't forget to follow us, Tails Up Pup, on Instagram, and subscribe to our channel and like this video.
Yeah, the likes really show us that you guys are enjoying the videos. It makes us like more motivated to push more videos out.
That's another thing that motivates us.
So please throw a like on it.
I like this setup. It's fun down here.
It's
nice because they're, yeah. Well, I started watching other videos and wondering like where those people sit, and I realized they were sitting on the floor. And the windows are behind us. We have a beautiful Christmas tree behind us. Well, actually behind us. And windows in front of us. Okay, so I didn't want to use that many numbers in this video because we still want to make the can you make a living selling dog bandanas videos, and that's like a lot of numbers, but like we already said, like numbers will help us attain goals at the same time, so I think we should
and numbers is like a 10.
Don't hold back because of another video idea we want to make, like just kind of say what you want to say in this video, and we can always make another video about something different. So we are going to make goals. Should we start with 2020 or 5 years, or just kind of mix and match?
Oh, definitely 2020.
Okay, so for 2020, let's do business.
Okay.
What business goals do you have for 1 year from now? The whole entire year of 2020.
I'd like to see Tails Up Pup double in size.
So, that's hard to say. Do you mean double in sales?
I think double in every category.
So right now, on this day, December 3rd, 2019, we have 11.2 thousand, so 11,200 Instagram followers. We have 2,200 something Facebook likes. I don't know how many things we've sold, but this year, I think I have it pulled up there. But yeah, I guess double in size would be nice. Selling twice as many that we did this year, is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Like however many we sold in 2019, you want to sell twice that much?
Yes.
We would need to really hire some help. That's another thing we've been dealing with. I thought we were gonna make a whole video on this, but I figured Nicholas might not want to do that. But talking about like our struggles with hiring someone, it's just been very difficult and we haven't had much luck with it. And if we actually double in size, like we basically are at our capacity. Like we're already like,
we're at our capacity to do what we do and have any semblance of a life whatsoever.
True.
We already work a lot.
One day Nicholas was sick and I did all of the stuff and he was like, you literally couldn't do anything else. Like I didn't take a break, I didn't get to work out, I didn't get to barely breathe my own oxygen. I just like was
I think it was like 7 to 10, like almost non-stop. Like literally she came up, grabbed lunch, like literally scarfed it down, went back downstairs. Like
the crazy thing is, if you watch our video, what was it, yesterday, where I was like, or 2 days ago, I don't know, one of the most recent videos where I was talking about like being disappointed with the sale and saying like we still did really good, but I wished it was more. Like I just need to step back for a second and just be grateful, because like anymore we couldn't handle, like we're so overwhelmed right now. Like we still did so much better than we did the previous year. Like we're just very grateful for all the sales, and like even though we're always so busy, like we're grateful for it.
And one thing that is interesting about like working, and this is probably anything you do, as you get better at what you're doing, and not just better, but more used to it, you basically, like when you start off, we were having say 50 bandanas over 2 or 3 days, and we felt like we were literally so busy. And nowadays we could do 50 over that time period and we'd be like, we have no orders. Because you get better at what you do, you get used to being busy, and that's something that...
That's so true.
Yeah.
Yeah, last year, Nicholas was saying the reason I was disappointed on Black Friday was because the way I felt physically last year was so drastically different than this year. Last year, we didn't put limits on anything, so we oversold everything, and then we were freaking out, like, how are we gonna get more fabric? Like, when is it gonna get here?
Yeah, we're ordering online. I'm running to Joann's every day, and the post office. Like, what?
One of the most recent comments on our video was like, how do you know how much fabric to order? And that's something that we struggled with for almost the entire year, and like even still sometimes.
Yeah, we still struggle with it.
Because the hardest thing is predicting what people are gonna like and what's gonna sell. So I always start small, but then if something sells really well, then you have to worry about getting it back. But I would rather start small than have a bunch of extra fabric.
Especially when we're buying like more expensive fabrics nowadays that, I mean, are just higher quality, basically like the print
We
patterns
don't buy
and all
as
that
much
stuff.
from Joann's than we used to.
Right. So those more expensive fabrics, it's not like if they don't sell, we can just really drop the price, whatever. We'll lose money on that. And for a small business, that's can be a really big deal.
We keep getting on tangents. Like, I thought we were gonna talk about goals, but we're talking about other things.
Back to goals.
That's good at the same time, but I can't believe I was like, let's make a goal video, and now I'm like, I didn't even prepare any goals in my head. I don't know. Like, I hope that we have hired help a year from now. I hope that...
What do you think the day-to-day difference will be 1 year from now? And tag that into goals.
Okay.
Hired help, you said.
Yeah. a couple of days ago, I was telling it, well, actually it's been a couple weeks now, when we were working on hiring a seamstress, I told him how I hope that the way we do things will change because we don't track inventory that well, which is a big stress for our business because everything's made to order, everything's cut to order. And so we have yards of fabric and Nicholas goes down and cuts based on what was ordered. And I thought we were gonna change our business model to have everything eventually pre-cut and eventually all pre-sewn, and that would be hiring help for cutting and sewing. And then as orders came in, like we would only have this many numbers per size and like that is it, and that gets sold. But I watched a video last night about ColourPop, which is a huge makeup company, and they do what we do, which is made to order things. They have a giant warehouse. They have a bunch of workers who they do all their sales online just like us, and as orders come in, that's what they make. And they said like their margins are so much better than everyone else. Like the way they do things is so much better because they never have stuff left over. Like, you know, what we do what we do for a reason. We make everything to order because if 20 larges are gonna sell and 1 extra small in something, like we can do that right now. Yep. Where if we pre-cut 5 of each size, these are just numbers that I'm throwing out there for reference, but like if you cut 5 of every size and people want 20 larges and you only had 5 and then no extra smalls are selling but you have 4 left over now, you know, that sucks. And we don't have to deal with that right now, which is really nice, even though the stress. So I don't know how our business model is gonna change. I think it might change. Even bringing on help to help do what we already do could help.
Will we still be in our basement?
I hate and I love working in the basement. I love working in the basement because you can walk downstairs anytime, but I also hate working in the basement because you can walk downstairs at any time. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Like, it sucks because if I drove to a facility, I would drive back home and not be able to work anymore.
There's like benefits to working from home and like negatives from working from home.
Yeah. So I kind of hope that we work in our basement for as long as we can because it's so convenient, it's no extra rent, it's just super nice. But at the same time, 2 things that I would love about a facility. First of all, bringing help into our home isn't ideal. If it was someone we knew, I would feel a lot more comfortable with it. Although it's nice that the basement is completely separate from upstairs, like totally different door, totally different lock. You cannot access upstairs from downstairs, so that is nice. But aesthetically pleasing facility would be nice too. We do a lot of filming, we do a lot of Instagram stories, we take a lot of pictures. To have a place that had like white walls and was pretty looking, that would be nice.
Just like 100%
not cinder blocks in the basement.
Yeah, unfinished ceilings, cinder blocks, like.
Also, okay, this is another goal for 2020, and if we had a facility, it would be easier, is to do pop-up shops. To be able to have a physical place where people could come and shop for the day. So if we had our own warehouse, like you could open it up to the public for a day. If we don't have our own warehouse, we'd have to find somewhere like
that would let us do it.
Like, I don't know if like the brewery in town would let us have a little shop set up on a Saturday. Like that would be something fun. We have done like markets, but not a pop-up shop, you know?
Yeah. Like they're similar, but like a pop-up shop is kind of like just you.
Do you think we'll do markets in 2020? We did markets in the first year we started, and then we didn't barely do any in 2019.
The reason we don't do markets, I think, Danielle kind of feels like it's not worth the money. It's definitely worth the money for the time. It's just on Saturdays, it's way easier to like maybe just work a few hours or maybe not even, maybe take that full day off and that's your off day. You don't want to have to work if you don't have to.
Yeah, you would make like $500 at a market, and so that is in addition to what you're already doing online. So like extra $500 in a couple hours is very nice, but I'm not a saleswoman. I think I am a saleswoman, but I don't enjoy being a saleswoman. You know what I'm saying?
It's
like,
just a lot of energy, time, and effort
but like,
that go into it.
I don't like pressuring people. Like we said, everything's made to order, so having to pre-make stuff is a hassle, and just standing there in town from like what, 8 to 3?
Yeah, I mean you're basically getting there
day.
between like around 7 and like you're not getting done back home to like 3 or 3:30.
What else could be a goal? Oh, I know a cool goal. This is definitely not for 1 year though. Should I start my longer term goals?
You can throw some of those in there.
Long term, I think it would be so cool to have a printer so we could print our own fabric in-house. Like what Spoonflower does, but in our own facility. I've seen it because if you watch other YouTubers, you know, Okay Baby, they just got a printer, and so it's like this giant machine and you put the plain fabric through it and you can print whatever you want on it. I think that would be, overall, if you have money to spend, if you spend the money to buy the printer, you'd save money over time.
Right. I would really like to see, I agree with the printer, an actual embroidery machine or
any type of learning embroidery.
Right, definitely that. And I think it would be cool to have basically like harnesses and things like that. Whether we make them or we find somebody else that's hand making them or whatever, I think it'd be really nice to have that as kind of a cool addition. That's something that we've wanted to do for a while.
And another thing is to have more matching things. We've done matching scrunchies and stuff. I think right now headbands are really big. If I could learn to sew some headbands and have some matching, that would be really cute and fun. I've seen a lot of people do for the winter matching scarves with the dog bandanas. That would be fun. The problem is, like right now we're at capacity for sewing ability for me and cutting ability for Nicholas, and so until we hire help, we really can't bring on more. That's also, we get a lot of questions about like what happened to Simply Sweet Pea, why did we start this baby brand? I started it when we were in a downtime, and it was silly to think that we had more time and more abilities than we do. So we did start it, and we just haven't had time to make anything, to put any effort into it, and we really don't have time to sew more.
Right.
So until we have more sewing help.
You very quickly realize you have so much time and energy, and you really have to be careful not to overextend yourself. You can do it for a short time, but then you're burned out. Especially like, I hate to say that our job is physical.
It is physical.
But it is.
If you have never cut fabric for hours on end or sewn fabric for hours on end, but the fabric, you're standing, you're hunched over a table, you're cutting all this, moving all these fabrics onto the table, off the table, it is physical.
Yeah.
Sewing is physical. It's not as physical because at least you're sitting, but it hurts your back.
Yeah, you definitely, I know my back and my feet definitely get tired.
I can imagine yours would hurt really bad. Nicholas does a job I would not be able to do. Cutting fabric is not fun, but we thank him for it. We wouldn't have bandanas without him.
Or you. Think about more goals. Personal, let's go to personal.
In 2020, we would like to travel one place.
One place besides like our normal traveling?
Besides going to Pennsylvania or maybe going to the beach or something.
Yeah.
We would like to go on one exotic trip.
Yeah.
Exotic doesn't have to mean like safari. Like, I just mean like
no, somewhere that
further.
is, yeah. And it's not even that it has to be far necessarily, just somewhere that's very different. Typically that means overseas because you're getting like a different cultural thing, and that's what we kind of mean by exotic.
A lot of people ask when we're having a baby, not 2020. So don't worry about it. We don't want a baby in 2020. We want to work on ourselves first and travel and do our business. What else would we like to do in 2020 though? Oh, I know. We would like to get both of our families together for either Thanksgiving or Christmas. That would be awesome. Everyone always talks about wanting to do it, but it never really works out. It's not working out this year, so maybe next year.
Yeah, I think it has to be planned far enough in advance when everybody can do it, but also everyone has to agree and everyone's schedules have to line up. It's a lot that goes into it.
Do you think you're gonna be, right now, we are plant-based-ish. We eat plant-based at home the best we can. Sometimes we incorporate other things, but for the most part, we don't eat meat, we don't have milk or cheese or eggs or any of that stuff in our household, but when we go out, we'll eat it, or if like someone else is cooking for us, we'll eat it. So that's why we're plant-based-ish.
I think I'll continue that.
the whole entire year of 2020?
I mean, probably as much as I can.
The craziest thing is that on Thanksgiving, everyone said how skinny I looked, which I'm like, was I fat? I don't know. I guess it is making a bigger difference than I realized. So I think like if we're both up for it, we might keep it.
I would like to cut out more sweets. That is for me. That is my
I love dessert.
Achilles heel. I love it too, but see, Danielle can have a reasonable portion of something. I can't. I'll put, you know, like 4 scoops of ice cream and chocolate syrup all over it, where Danielle can have 1 or 2. Where do you want to see, this is kind of business, kind of personal, where do you want to see our YouTube channel in a year from now? I remember you were referring to the other goals video we made, what, 2 years ago? I think we said something like, I'd like to have 1,000 subscribers within the next year. I think it took us a little longer than that, maybe 1.5 years. But how do you see the YouTube channel in a year from now? Like what types of videos, how often are we uploading? And also maybe a number, what do you want to see our subscribers in that at?
Right now we're, I think like 20 away from 1,500, so 1,500. I thought going into Vlogmas that we could get 500 in 1 month, and I'm like, now that we started, there's no way.
Yeah.
So I don't think we'll be to 2,000 by, I don't know. I would hope if we continue uploading pretty consistently for the next year, I would hope that we'd have 1,000 more in a year.
So 2,500 basically in 1 year from now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that YouTube is interesting, similar to all types of like social media, that it's really like exponential growth. For instance, like your first 1,000 is harder than your next 1,000 to get.
But this 1,000 took so long. So that's why in 1 year we should be able to get 1,000 because it took way longer than 1 year to get
We were
this.
also very inconsistent. I mean, there's a lot that goes into it, but.
Oh, this is fun. Like very recently, so I actually started the YouTube channel when I was in 2009. I don't know whatever grade that was. Because my friend and our teachers would say if you wanted to, you had to do this presentation on something, or you could make a video about whatever the topic was. And I hate public speaking, and for some reason thought it would be more fun to make a YouTube video and a song about the project than present it. So my friend and I would always do this, and like we were kind of like known in high school for doing these videos. And one of our videos like blew up. We got like 30,000 views on it, which is like not even that crazy.
But back in the day, it kind of was.
And it's just like crazy now, like for us, you know, like we don't get that many views. And so we recently surpassed my top video. That video is not visible on YouTube, so don't go try to look for it. But
maybe one day
our best things to see and do in a couple of places have passed that now. So that's pretty cool. I hope that, so our top video now I think has like 40,000. So it'd be cool to have like a video with 50,000 views. It'd be cool to have like equal out to 1 video a week for the year. Or that is a crazy goal.
No, I think that's not enough.
Yeah.
I think we can pretty easily.
Just thinking about how much we do and how much time we have.
Well, think about it this way. If we do Vlogmas again next year, that's 25 videos, just off the bat.
Okay.
We need to sit down and make more concrete goals.
But it's fun to like talk about
Yeah, it takes time to think through some of this stuff. I think verbalizing it as we go on this video has been helpful. And if we come up with any more, we'll definitely let you guys know.
Don't forget to let us know in the comments down below a goal you have for the upcoming year. What would you like to accomplish in your personal or business life? Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, follow us on Instagram, and we'll see you guys tomorrow for another Vlogmas video.
Should be an exciting one.
Bye.
Bye.